My mind is just like swelling with a bunch of shit. I've been smoking a lot of cigarettes. I think my voice is kind of getting blown out, and I was yelling at the rally yesterday, so I don't know. I think one of the things that's really on my mind hard right now is being a woman, and part of it is about this women's issue surrounding Standing Rock. And I don't even know if I can voice myself clearly, but I'm gonna do my best to do that, because my mind is just, it is throbbing with shit right now. And I'm really just, I'm not happy with America. I'm really tired of the things that are happening in our culture and in our country. And, you know, a lot of the talk recently, like, has included women in the conversation and women as leaders, and, like, I see that to be true, you know? And it angers me. It angers me what I feel I'm seeing in society. And I think the thing that really just set me off today is I was on YouTube, you know, just downloading stuff and looking at shit, and they got an advertisement for Ghost in the Shell, which is a new movie that's coming out. And, like, I like anime and stuff, you know, and it's cool they're coming out with a movie, but I don't want to watch it. Like, I need to speak from my heart. I need to be honest. I'm not going to hide from the things that are going on and the things that I see, because there's a cost associated with that. And I'm not going to be one of these blind people in society, and I'm going to say it how it is, and I'm going to bring it out. And you know, if you agree with me, then great. But I'm going to say what's in my heart. And I'm going to bring out what's in my heart. And I'm going to be true to myself. Because I don't feel like I need to be a contributor to the sickness, and I don't want to be involved in the sickness. I'm tired of the sickness. And I feel outnumbered, and I feel backed into a corner by the sickness that's happening in our culture. Okay? So, you know, they got this advertisement for the Ghost in the Shell movie, and it would be something that I would want to see. But when I see that advertisement, what I see is a woman who's pretty much running around naked without nipples, you know, like, and that's what this movie's about. You know, that's what they're gallianting in this advertisement. And the same thing goes for this movie, Suicide Squad. You know, they took Harley Quinn and they had her running around in her fucking panties. And you know what I see with that? I don't... You know, some women might pretend that they're down with this game. I don't understand that. You know, I talk about how I see myself as a human being. I don't see myself as an object. And what I see with this kind of shit, when they're taking women and they got them running around fucking naked in advertisements, in movies and shit, what I see is the manipulation of our men. And yes, my mind has been focused on the division that has been developed in our society between men and women. And it makes me very angry. You know, it's not just about love, it's about that we are people. Us women, we are people, and I feel like we are not treated as human beings by American culture. And it makes me angry, because we are holding up this society. And I know that men need to be included in this conversation, but women, what is happening here is unacceptable. And I will speak to the women, you know, and if men are wise enough to understand the words of what is happening on our side of things, then hails to you. Because you have the power to understand the reality that you're living in, to be willing to listen to us. And what we have in our internal mechanisms, you know, it is a very powerful thing. And when I went to that rally that happened on Tuesday, talking about women, you know, we are the life givers. And what we have in this uterus of ours, you know, it brings life. And when a woman gets pregnant, she carries that child for 9 months through a painful process. And then that baby is born, and quite often, I'm looking at the majority of what happens here. You can try to argue me down, but I'm not gonna falter off of what I see. Because most often these women are raising these children alone. Most often. These men, they don't stand behind their women. And what I see, the honest words of what I truly see here in our society is very sad for the men, Because the men, to me, they're sick. They don't see what we see. And they leave their women behind. And I'm out there, and I'm in the workplace, and our numbers are growing. And I am strong. And it takes a woman 3 times the amount of effort to gain the same amount of muscle mass, and I'm pulling the weight like a man. I'm doing a man's job out there. And that makes me angry. I'm proud of myself for being strong. But what I see makes me angry because we're moving in and we're taking over their responsibilities. To be strong, to pull that weight, to be the family member, to be the person who raises these children. The women feel that they have to pull so much weight. And what is happening with the men? For the most part, they're out there acting like spoiled children. Drinking and doing drugs and acting a fool and degrading our women and treating them like shit. Treating them like objects. And the reason that that's happening is because they're conditioned by the society. Our men they're being dismantled. And we need them. We need to stand together as one people. And what I hear, the men and women, they're equals. But we don't act like human beings as a culture. And I am tired of it. It makes me feel tired. It makes my heart feel weary and weak when I think about this. It makes me feel angry inside. That I feel so much burden. And what I see, and I feel like we need to be strong, and we need to understand that this is happening, and we need to talk about it, and we need to talk about it openly. I'm not just so crazy-ass feminist. I'm tired of hearing the terminology feminazi, and I think if women want to fight for women's rights, we don't talk about this shit of we should go running around with our cha-chas hanging out. That is stupid. I'm tired of the dishonest conversations of people who don't learn. Our men are being manipulated. And if you think women need to run around with their cha-chas hanging out, because we had this debate in Fort Collins, where I live, men are visually aroused. All that is opening the gateway to hell of, inviting rape into our civilization. What the fuck is going on here? Our people of America have been manipulated and mistreated so poorly. And they are acting like filthy slaves. They're acting like dumb animals, and I am tired of seeing it. I am tired of being surrounded by it. I am tired of feeling alone because of it. I believe in good things in my heart, and I want to see those good things exist, but how hard do we have to work in this fucking corner that we're pushed in to heal all of these people? That is a lot of work. I'm trying to reach out. I'm trying to reach out across the board and get more people having this healing conversation, and it is going to take time, and it angers me, because when I look at all the things that are involved in that, this Ghost in the Shell shit, they got this woman running around naked in this fucking movie. And what are they doing with that? What are they doing? They're taking the female body, they're taking our face away, they're taking our humanity away, and they're selling us as objects to the men in our society, a mass portion of the population. They're psychologically manipulating these men to behave with no respect, to behave with no understanding of something that is true and real in this world. And they're gonna be selling tickets off of that. They're gonna be making moolah. They're gonna be making money off of psychologically manipulating our men. And at the same time teaching them that us women have no value, that we are objects. And creating this fantasy in their mind with all this media shit that's going on. That's separating us even further. Is pulling us apart. And then these people are getting unrealistic expectations of what they need in their lives and what matters in their lives as a result. And what a woman should be and what a woman's role is in this society. And what it's teaching them is that a woman is a sex object, not a human being. And holding us to unrealistic standards. You know, there's another video. I got into the music today because my heart, and I need to hear something that aligns with what I see and what I feel. And there's this musician out there, you know, she's got this video where she's like looking at all these advertisements and putting on the fake hair and trying to be something that she's not. And how detrimental that is, on the verge of suicide, laying in a tub. So this bombardment that's happening in our media of women and the objectification of women is making demons out of our men, and it is teaching them that a woman is an object, and is teaching them the wrong message. And it is also teaching women to devalue themselves. Because in our hearts we feel a need to be connected, you know. And so they feel like they gotta go out and be creatures instead of people, to try and bring a man into their life. And what's that doing? That's not even achieving anything. All these women are raising children alone, and we don't speak up enough about the value that we have and teach them. And they need to be teaching each other. Men, you need to have that dialogue. That women and men, we are equals. We are human beings. We are people. I know we may be different. We bring value into each other's lives. At least we need to. And if the men are going to be running around acting like a bunch of spoiled children, all fucked up on drugs, you know, they make more money. And they leave us with the children. Like, it's hard for me, like, to go and get that job. How do I persuade the employer of what I know how to do to get that job in the first place? So I go and I do that job through a temp agency, and I get underpaid. And I show them my worth, and I show them that I'm capable. And I outwork their men. And that's what women have to do to pull the paycheck. To take care of their children. It makes me angry. It makes me hurt in my heart. You know, last night part of the conversation is that women are our leaders. A part of us being biologically wired different, you know, we care so deeply with our hearts, man. We have that strong bond of oxytocin that holds us to what we value, that holds us to who we value. And it's so often that women go out and they sleep with a man trying to get acceptance, trying to bring someone who cares about them into their lives, that, you know, then they wind up with that bond, because when sexual interaction happens, that oxytocin starts flowing, and a woman will get connected with that person. And that is mistreated. And the men who see these women as objects, you know, they just walk away and leave the woman with burden and an aching heart. A pain. A broken heart hurts through the whole body. And it hurts for some time. We don't have this conversation publicly. People just allow themselves to be led by that shit, you know, and it confirms your personal paradigm of what you want to believe, of what you want. But is it giving you what you want? Or is it pulling us apart? And when I think about this Ghost in the Shell movie that's coming out, and these women running around naked to sell movie tickets, you know, you're being sold. If you're a man and that's what you're buying into, man, you're being sold. You're being psychologically manipulated. You're being treated. You're being mistreated. You're being treated like a fool. You know, someone's on the other side laughing about that shit, lining their pockets. Because you give them what you want because you're that foolish, you're so stupid that you would buy into that shit. And it creates more of it. And because we care so deeply, because we have to raise our young, you know, we are the leaders, part of that conversation last night. Who does a child go crying to when he hurts himself? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of it. We are human beings. I don't know how the fuck these guys see us, man, but we are human beings. We're the strongest. We're pulling the weight out there in the workforce. We're taking care of these children. We're leading our communities. Where the fuck are they? You know, I see it in the Native community, but I don't see it in America. I don't see it among the immigrants, you know? So, people of color, maybe some of them. Understand what I'm saying? How do we lift these people up, you know? And when I look at Japan, when I think about this psychological manipulation that's happening, like, Japan has the same issues. That shit is all over in the media. And there's talk about how, you know, the women and the men, they don't connect. And they're pulled apart. And so their population is going down and there's nobody to take care of the elderly and stuff. But you know what I see as a disconnection? Because like if you have a women and the men and you put them together, man, like we are different. And when we become one, we have so much more power of things that matter. Like we are there to complement each other. We are yin and yang. The men are supposed to be our warriors, and the women are out there acting as the warrior. Like, they're pulling so much weight. And it's just stuck on my mind. I am not an object. And you know what? Let me add to that picture, okay? Look at me. I'm a beefy motherfucker. And it is clear with the men in my circle, you don't fuck with me. Because I will hurt you if you touch my body the wrong way. And since that is understood, I am able to develop friendships and be treated as one of them. And see the value that comes in on that side when there is value, because there is so little of it. If your brain is fried and you can't think straight, I have too many people that I have cared about, that I watch swelling in that circle of shit that can't understand, you know, and that's not helping anything grow. If your brain cannot function because you're doing drugs and alcohol, you cannot function. You are not of value to the society. You are part of what is bringing it down, and you need to get clean because we need you over here. Stop being the catalyst of pain. You're hurting inside and you're hurting yourself, and as a result you're hurting everyone else. And it is the spread of disease and sickness when you behave like spoiled children. You need to be strong and overcome your fears so that we can be together and not live in this hell. That makes you feel that fear. That makes you feel that pain. Why do I feel like I'm surrounded by crazy? And when I find the words of sanity, man, I cling to it with my life. But it still feels like we're in this fucking corner. Where's the change? How come no more people are looking for answers to this shit? You know, go out in the streets, yeah, if that's what you want to do, but you're supposed to be raising public awareness out there. Not bashing car windows in. Not making us look bad for fighting for the right things. Because then people don't hear us. You're acting on our behalf, and we're out here working, trying to find solutions. There is only so much that the leaders that we do have can do. And when these people acting like dumb animals, you know, you're wearing out our warriors. Things do need to change. I'm not gonna hide in my corner and pretend that this is happy la la land. And I do strive to be happy in my heart. And I'm grateful for everything that I have. And I think this world, that I'm not in a worse place. But my heart still hurts for the bad things that are happening. And when women are viewed as objects, you know what? Sexual assault, that's what it is. It is assault. It is a violent act. And what happens in our minds in association with those things is a world of hell. Nobody should think that they have the right to try and push a woman into doing something that they don't want to do. That is greed. That is greed. And that is hell. That is not behaving as a human. And I do feel our women need to be able to defend themselves and need to understand that need. Because we can't expect that these people are going to respect us and treat us with respect. And what I see in society confirms that. And we're little. We can get pushed around and knocked down and beaten. And with sexual assault, you know, that involves STDs and that involves children. What does a woman do, huh? She gets raped in an alley and then she has this child to carry. Can you imagine that burden in your mind? If you're a man listening to this, do you know what it's like to have to think about that responsibility? To have to think about what has been done to you? To have to be in fear all the time that somebody that you want to be your friend, that you think might be your friend, is not your friend? And that they just see you as a thing? They don't hear the words that are coming out of your mouth. They just want to use you as an object. They don't see you as a person. That gets old. And we're your mothers out here, you know, us women. We're the life givers. And we suffer for the things that happen in this world. We have to figure out how to keep these children safe. We're your caretakers. We're fucking leaders. And now we're your warriors. We're doing everything. And where the fuck are the men, huh? Acting like spoiled children. You know, for the first time in my life, I think, I had a man speak up. You know, I was ready to fight. Somebody tried to fight me. People seem to be acting like they're fucking crazy right now. They're acting like they're fucking crazy. Driving like shit out there. Maybe it's the moon, you know? Maybe it's the moon. Maybe it's making people go crazy right now. If anybody knows about that lunacy in the pull of the waters and how it affects the mind. I'm just trying to go to work. And I get at a gas station. And this man is talking to me like he wants to fight. And I'm ready to fight. And I'm ready to take him down because I know how to do that. I won't take no shit. That is not the first time. You know, I've had to take down men in public. They're bigger. You know, that's a lot of work. Always working on being able to defend myself so nothing happened to me, you know. And for the first time, you know, first time I've ever heard a man speak up, but you don't treat women like that. This guy fucking yelling at me. I'm almost 30. It's the first time anybody ever fucking stand up for a fucking woman in front of me, you know? The fuck? Where are you? That That's what I want you to hear, and that's what I want you to understand. Stop buying into their disease. Stop letting them sell you this fucking life and get awake. Come into the world. Make it so you have a functioning brain and be a human being with us other human beings. Leave the hell behind. We don't need the hell. We don't need the hell. We're making it for ourselves in how we act and by buying into the shit. And for me personally, in my world, it makes me feel so tired. I don't want to be fighting all the time against this shit, but I don't want to live in a world that is hell, and I don't want to leave that behind for the people that are coming in after me. I feel scared for the next generation. I feel worried for the next generation. You know, I've given up on finding love, okay? That ain't gonna happen because our people are sick and our men are out there acting like spoiled children, taking the money that they make when they make more money and not raising their children, but instead using that to go buy drugs and alcohol and act the fool and treat our women like shit. Where are you? Wake up, you know? We fight for you. We're out here working our asses off, fighting for you, trying to teach you, trying to raise your awareness, trying to bring you to our side, but you need to make that decision of who you are and what you believe in and who you stand behind. Is this what we want? Is this how we want it to be? Are we gonna let this go far enough that our streets are gonna be burning? Are we gonna let this go far enough that we're slaves? Are we gonna let this go far enough that it's so selfish in our society's hearts that the animals have to pay the price? It's not just us in this battle anymore. Climate change is real. I study the science. It is as simple as carbon dioxide binds to oxygen and radiates heat. It does not come out of the atmosphere easily. It radiates the sun's wave. That shit is bouncing around. It is real and it is happening. And deniers are stupid people. And so our greedy behavior as human beings, just, you know, this guy, last night we had the Standing Rock rally in Denver, and this is not the first time I've run into one of these oil workers at these rallies thinking that they're hot shit. I don't appreciate somebody who's gonna come up and try to discuss with me what is going on, when what they're really trying to do is just like talk me onto their side and not listen to what I have to say and not listen to the facts. Some ignorant person who's driven by ego, trying to feel good by bringing other people's down, and they don't even really know what they're talking about, and they're not gonna listen. They're not receptive. And I ran into one of those motherfuckers yesterday, and I'm like, you know what? Do you drink water? Do you think that it's okay for these companies to go and violate the law and poison water that runs all the way down this country? Like, we got work to do and we can't do it alone, and we need you people fucking here with us. Stop playing your stupid games. Put the bottle down. Put the pipe down. Put the pills down. What the fuck is wrong with you? Stop treating our women like shit. Stop treating each other like shit, and stop treating yourself like shit. Tired of it. Tired of being surrounded by this. Tired of feeling backed into a corner. Tired of working my ass off so fucking hard to find answers when there's only so much I can do, and feeling inadequate because I can't do it all. You people have to decide what our society stands for. And I'm going to speak words of honesty, of what's in my heart. And you need to hear that shit and wake your ass up and stop acting like children. You aren't so special that you should have the right to trample on other people for what you fucking want. And you're not even getting what you want. How can you be happy living like that? Makes me angry. I'm off it, man. Grow up.